Hi friends, Namaskar Bondhura. Today we will be doing lesson 5, which will be a quick recap of lessons 1 to 4, and we will also see what we have already learned, how do they fit into each other. So the first thing we learned was the Bengali sentence structure followed the subject object verb order. The subject is at the start, the verb is always at the end, and the middle of the sentence can be simple or complex depending on the number of building blocks we are using. There are also two forms of the language. One is the written Sanskritized form called Shadhu Bhasha. The other is the colloquial form, which is mostly the spoken form of the language. It is called Cholid Bhasha. And the good thing is that the Cholid Bhasha contains a lot of loan words because Bengali contains influences from other languages like Sanskrit, Hindi, English, French, Urdu, and basically all the Romance languages. And if you are a speaker of the Indo-European language family, it will be easier for you to like guess what is the loan word because probably it's from your mother tongue. Now, subject pronouns were the one of the first building blocks we looked into, and this is one slide you should absolutely commit to your memory because you won't be able to construct or identify sentences without knowing these words. So, one easy way to remember is that when the singular becomes plural, the ending changes to ra. So, for the first person, I, ami becomes amra, which means we, tumi becomes tomra, and o becomes ora. Now, why is Bengali easy to learn? One reason is when the verb forms change with the subject, it changes only with the person, like I, you, and he, she, it, not with the number. So, a singular or a plural subject does not change the verb form, nor with the gender, a male or female subject does not change the verb form. Also, the nouns and pronouns do not have any assigned genders unless obviously, for example, let's say father or brother, they obviously have a gender, but if I say friend or child or computer or table, those things do not have any assigned genders and they will be treated with neutral gender uh, forms. One thing we also covered in the introductions part, that the verb to be, which is the infinitive form and the basic block uh, for most sentences, that verb is simply not there in Bengali. For example, in English the word, let's say the verb is I am, you are, he is. So am, are, is, though there are no equivalent verbs for these in Bengali, so we just use the subject pronoun and the identifier. So if I want to say my name, I will just say Ami Shom. uh, if I want to say, let's say I am Bengali, so I will say Ami Bangali. The verb is not there. Also note that this is different from the verb exist, which we will cover later. Now, a couple of reasons why Bengali might be confusing to learn for non native speakers, though it is entirely possible that these points also exist in your mother tongue. So, you can just compare and contrast with the language you speak with Bengali and think along those lines. So, the first reason it might be confusing is the subject may not be explicitly mentioned in the sentence, so you might have to rely on the form of the verb to infer what the subject is. The second reason is the meaning of the sentence can change according to the inflection. So the way a sentence is spoken might say whether it's a statement or an exclamation or a question. For example, I might say, O Bangali, which is a question, or I can say, O Bangali, which is a statement, right? Okay, today's bit of Bong Culture, the lesson name, which is Phire Elam, is again a very popular song, and it goes like Phire Elam dure giye ami tomar অনুরাধা. So the reason I chose this song is because I'm releasing this video after a long time. So it's a comeback of sorts for me as well. Hope we will continue our journey more regularly from now onwards. Uh, Today is a recap lesson, so I am not giving any homework. Hopefully, you have been doing your homework in the earlier lessons. So that's all for today. Take care, be good, and we will meet again.